Hey friends, what's going on? Coach Coco here. Welcome to a quick moment, 1 moment with Coco, and wanted to share today a little bit around how to modify between each month as you go on to starting or continuing to unfold your own health and wellness journey. Why is this important? Well, each month I typically pause as little as a half an hour and just sort of look at what the layout of the week looks like and come up with ways to just consistently improve and include what people are calling regulator moments. And what I'm going to share with you today is sort of my ideal. I'm in the middle of my summer break from school. I am a full-time teacher, and August is typically that month where I really get to dive as deep as I could ever go into health and wellness for myself and my own journey. And I love sharing what I learn along the way. So I hope that something resonates with you in this quick video. And if it does, please share it. Please come up and say, hey, that was awesome, because that helps me kind of modify as I go and share future context. So in today's mini lesson, I'm going to share with you guys some things to consider when developing your own ideal week. Now, part of it is positive psychology. Looking at things in an ideal way does help us become more creative when we approach probably really daunting tasks. I'm a mom of a 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old now, and I know that my time is always pinched. And when the school year begins, if I'm not really prepared, I definitely notice it as far as how stressed out I can get. And then positive psychology is also talking about how when we include regulators along the day, along the week, we find ourselves becoming stronger and becoming more, problem solver oriented, because our bandwidth to help us manage our stress is strong. And when we have sort of really stressful days, in and out, kind of the grind, we forget to take care of ourselves. I know I noticed that as I was finishing up the school year last year. And I really noticed it when I kind of just stayed inside my workspace and didn't move. Those were really the worst days. So this year, I want to go into the year as strong as I can, but also with some takeaway. And I've been doing this now for 8 years, long enough to maybe have learned something along the way. And I don't want it to take as long for you, right? So this is where you get to see sort of the hemming of the puzzle piece, and the masterpiece that you get to build as you sort of approach things with more curiosity, and also really with some specific examples of how I have managed to include more of these regulators. Now, what are regulators? Regulators are times in our day where we get to feel free. Why is that important? Well, stress is a buildup of events that happen to us, and we accumulate the feelings, the emotions, and it's a building up of that. And we really can only sustain so much build up before we kind of pop. So don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. You're not here to, go away more stressed. You're here to find out good techniques. And so here's what I'm going to share with you today. How do we build more regulators along our day? So what I do is I essentially look at what I have going on during a specific time in my life. Right now I'm looking at my own month, I would say my month of August, right? And so for me, I really want to go and um, sort of really go full on in on maybe a sustainable way to approach my grind, right? So what would that look like for you? And it's going to look like different for everybody. It's not all of us are morning people. Not all of us start our day hell bent on working out. Okay. I totally get that. It's been, again, think of it this way, 8 years, right? So what's that one thing that you're going to maybe tweak and include for yourself and grab that, right? So here's how I go about it. I open up a Google document and I look at my day. And here I'm going to show you, my Monday through Friday. And I'm going to show you sort of how I layer the hours. You sort of see it's not perfect. It's really just about how I understand myself and how I want to go ahead and sort of focus and hone in on, right, what I want to accomplish. So I've been focusing on getting my Ayurvedic nutrition coach certification, and that is on my calendar. You're going to see study pockets. You're also going to see sort of like a rhythm, right? You have a morning session and an afternoon session. Okay. And so when it comes to regulators, it could mean different things for you, but remember what science is saying, right? As little as 30 minutes, as little as 7 minutes, actually 7 minutes to 30 minutes of rigorous, okay, cardio or something. And I do 9 rounds. I love going and really kind of feeling my heartbeat every time, even if it's 1 mile, I've jogged 1 mile or something. I really check in with myself to make sure that yes, my heart and body are connected, and I have successfully, right, added that regulator, right, that helping your body move and your heart move helps you tremendously fight that stress, right? Battle that stress, I should say. So you can think of it this way, right? Maybe you're not an AM person, so you're going to really focus on maybe what an afternoon regulator could look like for you. And it's not always about fitness. Sometimes, again, we have hobbies. Some people are amazing at painting, right? It's you want to think of a regulator as something that you would do that makes you really happy, makes you really like, I think feel that like quench thirst of like that fun, happy, liberating, free activity. So I've heard people, my morning during the school year is very stressful, very stressful. So I totally hear when mothers are like, I blast music after school drop off. Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a regulator. Like, when do you feel free? So for me, it's been really helping to be able to say that I've been regular more, my moods have been stable. I feel good. I feel strong, right? Back in like January, February, March, April, May. Okay. It was hard. It was really tough. I felt kind of like at a sort of like a lull, right? Plateau. I just kind of was like, ugh, right? So I didn't have these regulators then. I really kind of fell out of whack. And so here you can see, I set up my mornings, and I sort of in my calendar also include sort of like just little words that help me sort of remember that life's about being just lighthearted, right? Lighthearted. And so like, I'm not going to just write up like, wake up, right? Like I used to do that, but I might, now include other, word combinations that make it lighter, right? So rise to mat, which means to me that I wake up, that 5 a.m. alarm sounds, and I run to my mat, my yoga mat, right? Where I put it in this place called the captain's room, captain's quarters. And so, and I sort of like either put something on motivational. I have some light radio music that's nice, because you can just kind of like, you start to wake up gently, versus that like alarm sign like siren where you feel like petrified of your day starting. So that was a huge change. And then like you see, I have little meetups all set up so that I know that my movement is priority. It's not for everybody. I didn't start that way. It was really difficult to like even feel like wanting to work out in the morning, but I think it does take time, and it does take focus. And I think like when I print this out and I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where I am, and I can also make adjustments from here, which is really nice. So if I don't, have that morning session, no problem, what's going on in the afternoon. And as simple as a simple walk, like 7 minutes, like that's what science is saying. 7 minutes, you can really change your entire like chemistry, body chemistry, your mood, and help you out right during the work week. So I wanted to share that with you as we start, because sometimes when we talk about how do we plan our day, people become a little not sure like how to call it, but it's just like hesitant, right? Because they don't really even have anything prepared. Like people probably look at me and they're like, you're crazy, you're absolutely crazy. But I do sense that when I work in this way, I feel much more like together, right? So I encourage you to look at your day, think about, where you, because that's how I do it. It's like, where am I most stressed out? Where am I, where do I feel most tired? And like part of the reason that these sort of like energy um, pitfalls, right, happen is because maybe we're not regulating. And so like I know that my day is better when, right, I do these few things morning and night and as best as I can, and it really has helped. So that's how I'm starting this August. I'm so excited. I haven't shared what I'm eating. Like I have a plan, but I'm going to leave that for another video. So if you're interested in being a little bit more, vegan forward, and keep the flavor and keep the energy, like please stay tuned. There's so much more I'm going to be sharing this month with you, and we'll see you soon. Stay vibrant, stay healthy, and stay connected. Bye-bye.